Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to continue on with my summer 2025 perfume suggestion series. I kicked this series off a little over a week ago with some really great citrus or fresher perfume suggestions. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about all things coconut. If there is anything that I am literally drawn to, like a moth to a flame when it comes to summertime perfume, it is anything that contains coconut. Coconut is one of my all-time favorite summer perfume notes. And these suggestions that I have for you guys today are really beautiful, fun, just really perfect coconut options for the summertime especially. Sometimes I will wear these coconutty scents during other times of the year, but to be perfectly honest, when it comes to personal fragrance, I tend to be a little bit seasonal with it, but I will definitely make a lot more exceptions for personal fragrance than I will for home fragrance. That is, I'm pretty set on being seasonal with that, but sometimes, even in the middle of winter, I will bust out one of these coconut perfumes, and it just really puts me in a great mood. While I'm not actually a summertime girly at heart, I actually hate the summer, I definitely am a huge fan of a lot of the smells of summer, and I would argue that coconut is one of those #1 summertime fragrance notes that many of us love this time of year. So I'm really excited to share these options with you guys today. I also am going to be sharing a body cream as well as a body mist that I think would pair really well with any of these perfumes that I'm going to be sharing today. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, but really quickly before we do, I will go ahead and list and link everything that I'm mentioning in the description box right below this video here. If you would like to go purchase any of these fragrances or read up other people's reviews, I try to make it easy for you guys to find all this stuff. So check out the description box. Everything will be linked down there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my top coconut recommendations for summer 2025. Before we actually dig into the perfumes themselves, let me just go ahead and quickly mention the body cream as well as the body mist. So in terms of the body cream, if you have not tried the Way St. Bart's body cream, you're definitely going to want to stick your nose into this because this makes such a beautiful body cream to pair with any of these fragrances here. This definitely has some coconut in it in terms of the fragrance. I will have all of the notes for it going across the screen here, but this is very much a sweet, tropical, slightly tangy, fruity coconut explosion. Way has a lot of great fragrances in their lineup, but I would argue that the St. Bart's fragrance is probably, it's my #1. This is absolutely delicious. It smells like a fruity tropical explosion. And this particular body cream is extremely hydrating. You could honestly just wear this by itself. There is a St. Bart's body mist. I believe it's actually a hair and body mist. They don't have this in a perfume format yet, but I really hope that they do put this in a perfume format because it is amazing. I've thought many times about picking up the body mist, but I feel like right now I'm still good with the body cream, but I think when I go to repurchase the body cream, I might go ahead and just toss in the body mist the next time. This is absolutely heavenly, and like I said, if you've never stuck your nose into this, you definitely need to sniff it out. And what's great about this is it gives your skin such a beautiful surge of hydration, which then allows your skin to hold on to whatever perfume you apply over top much longer. If you are finding that your perfume is fading really fast on your skin, it might be because your skin is not properly hydrated. Moisturized or hydrated skin will hold on to perfume much longer and much better than dry skin. I'm telling you, try it. Even if you take an unscented body lotion and apply that prior to applying your perfume, you're gonna get a better wear time out of whatever perfume you apply over top of that body cream. I'm telling you, it works incredibly well. All right, in terms of the body mist, this is something that you can get at Bath & Body Works. It is currently available this summer. This is their At the Beach fragrance. So this is actually a mix of, I think they wrote the notes on the back here. They did, okay. So this is white frangipani blossoms, toasted coconut, bergamot waters, sea salt breeze, and sun-kissed musk. So this is definitely a little bit more of a like musky coconut. It's not an edible coconut. It is very much perfumey, especially with that frangipani here. This actually pairs incredibly well with the first perfume that I'm going to be mentioning here in a minute. But really, if you want to take this on the go with you and you wanted to kind of refresh your perfume throughout the day, but you don't want to bring, you know, like a glass perfume bottle with you, this would be easy enough to pop into your purse and then just kind of, you know, like lightly mist on while you're on the go. These body mists are really refreshing, and while the lasting power is not great, I do think that for just an on-the-go touch-up, if you feel like your perfume's really fading, this would be an amazing thing to have on hand. Bath & Body Works does offer a travel size of this, so if you don't carry around a giant satchel like I do, I have a big like Dooney and Burke satchel that I toss everything into. If you need something that's a little bit smaller, you can get a travel size of this, and I'm telling you, this is fabulous to have on hand all summer long, and it will kind of revive your perfume when you're on the go. Maybe it's been, 6-7 hours and it's kind of starting to fade a little bit. This will give you a nice little refresh to get you through the remainder of your day. But these two things, if you are a coconut girly, I think are must-haves to add to your coconut perfume regimen, if you will. So those are the extras. Let's dig in with the very first fragrance. This one is newer to my collection. I fell in love with the travel size, and before the Sephora Spring Savings event ended, I marched my butt into the store and I purchased the full size. I ended up gifting the travel size to my bestie Lisa when I went to go visit her at the beginning of June. She was going on a trip to Greece, and I was like, listen lady, this is the perfume that you need to take with you on your trip, because this is the fragrance that you need to like build your Mediterranean memories around. What fragrance is it? It's this one right here. Isn't the bottle amazing? I mean, a little ridiculous, but amazing. My inner like 12-year-old girl, I can't get enough of this bottle here. So this is the Love Shack Fancy Love on the Beach. And this is a stunner, you guys. Oh my goodness. I tell you what. So definitely a coconut base here, a nice creamy, musky coconut. But then I think the best part of this fragrance is the frangipani. Man, this frangipani, it's perfectly sweet. It's not overwhelming. It's not headache inducing. It's not cloying in any kind of way. And the way that this frangipani blends with the coconut, and then there's also this kind of sea salty, like ocean air in the background of this one that just makes it the perfect summertime fragrance. Oh my gosh. This makes me want to spend a small fortune on a Love Shack fancy dress. and then just do a photo shoot on this beach. I don't know. The Oregon beaches don't really lend themselves to dramatic, you know, fancy dress photo shoots, but maybe, I don't know. But I love this. I love this so much. This is so, it's just beautiful. It is beautiful. And I tell you what, the frangipani in here pairs perfectly with this. So you cannot go wrong with this little combo here. The two fragrances are not the same, but the frangipani ties them together. And again, this is such a perfect like touch up. You don't necessarily need it. I find the lasting power of this one to be quite significant, but you know, everything fades, you know, as the day goes on. So to perk this one back up, spray that at the beach over top, and then, oh my God, I love this bottle so much. This is absolutely stunning. Let's move on. Next. I only have this one in a travel size, but I definitely need the full size. So this is Skyler Coconut Cove, and this has ambroxan in it, as well as coconut. It also has bergamot. So this is kind of a, I would say, like fresher coconut. Ambroxan is what is giving this the like musky, like the muskiness as well as that kind of saltiness. So again, with this one, you're getting a kind of hint of that salty ocean air. It's literally like you're standing on the beach and you have just this wave of beautiful coconut, salty air, a little bit of that perfumey bergamot in the background. This is beautiful. It's such a stunner, you guys. Skyler is, they are not always the longest lasting perfumes in my collection, but I also don't think that they are absolutely atrocious in terms of their lasting power. But I do think that it is good to have maybe the travel size of whatever fragrance that you are wearing on hand to just pop into your purse for touch-ups, or like I said, once again, these two go really well together, so just use that body mist to kind of touch up throughout the day. But there's just something really special about the way that this particular coconut is blended. And so I think it makes it worth investing in, even though, like I said, the lasting power isn't always, you know, superb when it comes to Skyler. If you're willing to reapply, this particular coconut is a standout. And I think the ambroxan in this combined with that bergamot makes this one really special and just really kind of perfect for the right now. Okay, next. You're probably not going to be surprised by this one because I am a massive, huge, big fat fan of the Seven Virtues. I own many of their fragrances, and of course they have a coconut option. It's Coconut Sun. Oh, this is so pretty. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Love Shack Fancy in a way, because it does have a soft, tropical, clean white floral aspect that just kind of adds a little something to the coconut base. Again, here we have kind of a like beachy, more sunscreeny type of coconut. So not an edible coconut, a perfumey one, but just beautiful. This one here, actually, this is the one I want to be wearing today. I also really like the atomizer when it comes to the Seven Virtues. Oh man, this one's really interesting because as it dries down on my skin, it does develop a little bit more of a muskiness, but it really is like that true like summer coconutty muskiness. Oh, it's just such a happy fragrance. Everything about this is absolute perfection. If you are near a Sephora over the course of the next week, stop in. stick your nose in this. I'm telling you, if you have never smelled this, you definitely need to stick your nose in this. You can actually find the Coconut Sun, the Love Shack Fancy, and the Skyler Coconut Cove in most Sephora stores. So if you want to stick your nose into these fragrances first, you can definitely do that at your local mall. And I would say it's worth making a trip to sniff those out. They are amazing. Now for these last two suggestions here, I actually have 4 different perfumes that I want to recommend. So let me just explain that. I am personally someone who chooses to purchase cruelty-free when it comes to the fun, frivolous, and completely unnecessary, which is definitely where perfume falls, right? Like, it's not a necessity in life, and unfortunately, both of these fragrance houses still choose to test on animals, so I don't buy their fragrances, but I do look for dupes of some of these amazing fragrances that both of these non-cruelty-free companies produce. So, 2 of my favorite dupe companies that are out there would probably be Alt and Dossier. There's some others that I also love as well, but I've only tried these particular dupes from these 2 companies. So yeah, the 2 fragrance houses that I'm going to be mentioning are Tom Ford, which not cruelty free, and Maison Margiela, unfortunately also not cruelty free. From Tom Ford, one of my summer loves is Soleil Blanc. And then from Maison Margiela, one of my loves is Beach Walk. Both amazing, beachy, gorgeous, beautiful summery fragrances. And the dupes, I think, are so close that the vast majority of people probably wouldn't be able to tell whether you're wearing the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc or whether you're wearing the Alt or Dossier dupe, and the same goes for the Maison Margiela Beach Walk. So let's go ahead and get started with the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc dupe, which is from Dossier. It's the Floriental Coconut, but it is now actually called Powdery Coconut. So don't look for Floriental. Again, I'll have this information down below. I purchased this one a long time ago, but they have changed the name to Powdery Coconut. So that's what you're looking for. So this is a dupe for Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. And then from Alt, it is called, well, we've got another change. It used to be called White Sun, but what you're looking for now is, I believe it's called Halo Heat. So Halo Heat and Powdery Coconut are both dupes of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. It's such a good fragrance. Oh man. These 2 are incredibly similar to each other. Now, I don't know if they made any changes to the White Sun when it went to Halo Heat. I obviously don't have the newer version, but I can tell you that if they didn't make any changes and it smells exactly like the White Sun, this smells exactly like the real thing, as does this one. So when it comes to the notes, it's kind of nice because Dossier lists them for you. So the notes here are cardamom, pistachio, bergamot, ylang ylang, tuberose, jasmine, cedarwood, amber, benzoin, and of course coconut. There is coconut at the base of both of these, and honestly, so similar. They're pretty much spot on. I also happen to think that the wear time between both of these is really, really good. So I don't know, you can totally eeny, meeny, miny, mo when it comes to either of these. Whichever one appeals to you the most. Maybe you prefer a square bottle over a round bottle. Maybe you like to see the notes on the front of the bottle, or I don't know, maybe you want something. This label's pretty simple. I was gonna say something clever, but I don't know, this is pretty plain. So whatever floats your boat here, pick one, you can't go wrong. Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Listen, if Tom Ford went cruelty-free, I would splurge on that because that is a great scent. But if you want an alternative that's cruelty-free, both of those are great options. Now for the Maison Margiela Beach Walk dupe, I have Dossier's Aquatic Coconut or Alt's Beachside. Either one I think is very, very close. I think maybe in the case of this particular fragrance, the Dossier version is a little bit closer to the original Beach Walk than Alt Beachside is, but I really don't think that Beachside is that far off. Both have a really beautiful kind of solar accord to them. They're definitely, they both have like that solid coconut base. It's a nice, once again, beachy, perfumey coconut. It's not edible. It's really nice. There's an interesting freshness to both of these as well. So since we have the notes here, let's go ahead and read through them. Bergamot, which is where I think a lot of that kind of like beachy perfuminess is coming from in the case of both of these. So a nice healthy dose of bergamot, but not an overwhelming dose either. Pink pepper, lemon, aquatic accord. We have ylang ylang, heliotrope flower, and coconut. We have musks, cedarwood, benzoin, and tonka bean. So honestly, I feel like the notes for both of these are, once again, incredibly similar. And in terms of lasting power, with Dossier, this is an eau de parfum format, and from Alt, you are getting an extrait de parfum format. So again, either way, I don't think that you can go wrong with either of these. They're just really beautiful and coconutty and floral, but just everything is done in the best possible way. So go for the original, obviously, if you're not worried about the cruelty-free part. But like I said, these are great alternatives, and not only are they cruelty-free, which I would argue is a good thing, but also they're a lot more affordable than the originals. We all know the price point of Tom Ford. We all know the price point of Maison Margiela. They're not cheap. But if you can find a affordable alternative, I think that is a great way to go. So in terms of my coconut suggestions, this is what I have for you this year. I would love to know what coconut fragrances you love to rock during the summer. I am always open to trying new coconut scents. So send all of your suggestions and loves my way. Bonus if they are cruelty-free, so I can just buy, you know, the real thing, or if I can find an alternative for your suggestion, I am always happy to do that as well. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and leave your suggestions in the comments down below. Give this video a big fat thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.